My child, there were times when staying silent felt safer than speaking, when holding everything inside felt easier than explaining your pain. You learned how to endure quietly, how to survive without being seen, how to carry emotions without letting them show. But listen closely now. Silence protected you for a season, but it was never meant to imprison you. I am touching the places where you learned to stay quiet, and I am healing them gently. You will not remain hidden. You will not remain unheard, and you will not remain wounded. My child, there were seasons when silence became your refuge, not because you lacked words, but because words felt unsafe. You learned early that speaking did not always lead to understanding, that expressing your heart sometimes brought misunderstanding, judgment, or pain. So you adapted. You listened more than you spoke. You observed more than you shared. You carried your thoughts inward, believing that staying quiet would keep you protected. And for a time, it did. Silence became your shelter. But listen closely now. Silence was never meant to be your sentence. I saw every moment when you swallowed words that deserved space. I saw every time you paused before speaking and decided it wasn't worth the risk. I saw the times you chose peace over explanation, restraint over reaction, quiet over conflict. Those choices were not weakness. They were wisdom and survival. You did what you needed to do to stay safe in environments that could not hold your honesty. But survival seasons are not meant to last forever. You may not even remember when silence first became your language. It happened gradually, one moment at a time. A time when you spoke and were dismissed. A time when you shared and were misunderstood. A time when your vulnerability was met with indifference. Each moment taught you something, that staying quiet hurt less than being exposed. And so you learned to protect yourself by pulling inward. I never condemned you for that. I never judged you for choosing safety. I never mistook your silence for lack of faith. I understood exactly why you became quiet. I saw the tenderness beneath the restraint. I saw the courage beneath the caution, and I stayed close, even when you felt unheard. My child, silence served you for a season. It kept you from further wounds. It allowed you to gather strength without bleeding openly. It taught you discernment, when to speak and when to wait. But silence was never meant to become your identity. It was meant to be temporary, a pause, not a prison. There were moments when you felt invisible, not because no one was around, but because no one truly saw what you carried inside. You showed up physically while remaining hidden emotionally. You learned how to function without being fully known, and that invisibility weighed on you more than you realized. It shaped the way you saw yourself. It made you question whether your thoughts mattered, whether your feelings were valid, whether your voice had value. But hear me now. Your silence never meant your voice lacked worth. It meant your heart was protecting itself in a world that did not always feel safe. You became strong in quiet ways. You developed depth others did not notice. You learned empathy by feeling deeply. You learned patience by waiting. You learned resilience by enduring. These qualities were formed in silence, and they are not lost. They are treasures you carry forward. Yet silence also taught you habits that no longer serve you. It taught you to minimize your needs. It taught you to doubt your instincts. It taught you to stay small to avoid conflict. And now, I am gently untangling those lessons. I am separating protection from limitation. I am showing you that what once kept you safe is now keeping you hidden, and it is time to heal. You may feel unfamiliar emotions rising as this healing begins. A desire to speak, a need to express, a longing to be understood. These feelings are not threats. They are signals. They tell you that your heart is ready for more than survival. It is ready for restoration. I am not rushing you into expression. I am not forcing words out of you. I am not demanding vulnerability before you are ready. I am simply creating safety, real safety, where your voice can emerge without fear. Safety that does not depend on others' reactions. Safety rooted in my presence. My child, you do not have to explain everything at once. You do not have to speak perfectly. You do not have to share everything you feel. Healing does not require exposure. It requires permission. Permission to feel again. Permission to trust again. Permission to believe that your voice deserves space. There were times when you prayed silently because speaking felt too heavy. You trusted me without words, and I honored those prayers. But now, I am inviting you into a new way of relating, one where silence is a choice, not a shield, where quiet is peace, not fear, where your voice rests, not disappears. You are not losing the strength you built in silence. You are adding expression to it. You are not abandoning caution. You are gaining confidence. You are not becoming louder. You are becoming clearer. This healing will unfold gently. You may notice yourself speaking a little more freely in safe spaces. You may find yourself setting boundaries without guilt. You may begin to name feelings you once avoided. These shifts may feel small, but they are powerful. They are signs that your heart is learning it no longer needs armor. I want you to understand this deeply. You are not required to stay silent to be safe anymore. I am with you. I am guarding you. I am guiding you. The environment around you is changing because you are changing. You are stepping into a season where your voice can exist without being threatened. You may still choose silence sometimes, but it will no longer come from fear. It will come from wisdom. You will know the difference. Silence born of fear tightens the chest. Silence born of peace calms the soul. And I am teaching you to recognize that difference. My child, what I am healing now is not just your voice. It is your belief that you must hide to survive. That belief kept you going when you had no other option. But you have other options now. You have strength. You have discernment. You have safety in me. The part of you that learned to stay silent did so to protect you. And now I am thanking it and gently releasing it from duty. You do not need to disappear to belong. You do not need to be quiet to be accepted. You do not need to hide to be loved. You are allowed to exist fully. You are allowed to speak honestly. You are allowed to be seen. This is not exposure. This is restoration. And this is only the beginning. My child, now that you understand silence was a shelter and not a sentence, I want you to receive this truth slowly and gently. You are safe to be heard now. The season that required you to hide has passed. The environment that demanded your restraint is no longer defining your future. You are not stepping into danger by allowing your voice to exist. You are stepping into healing. I know that safety does not return all at once. When you have lived in silence for a long time, even the idea of speaking can feel overwhelming. Your body remembers the tension. Your heart remembers the moments when being honest cost you peace. Your mind remembers the fear of being misunderstood. So I am not rushing you. Healing does not force expression. It creates trust. You are learning something new now. That being heard does not mean being exposed. It means being authentic without armor. It means trusting that you do not have to over-explain to be understood. It means allowing your voice to exist, even if not everyone receives it perfectly. Safety does not come from universal acceptance. It comes from inner assurance. There were times when you believed that if you spoke, everything would unravel, that your words would be twisted, that your intentions would be questioned, that your vulnerability would be used against you. Those fears were born from real experiences. I do not dismiss them. I honor the wisdom they created. But I also tell you this, those experiences do not get to define your future. You are not returning to the same environment. You are not speaking from the same place of need. You are not the same version of yourself. You carry discernment now. You know when to speak and when to pause. You know how to set boundaries. You know how to protect your peace without disappearing. And because of that, your voice can return without fear. You may notice moments when words come more easily now. Not rushed, not forced, just present. You may catch yourself expressing a feeling before you overthink it. You may speak a boundary without guilt. You may share a truth without immediately pulling back. These moments may feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable, but they are signs of healing. I am also healing the belief that your voice is only valuable when it pleases others. You learned to measure your words by reactions, to stay quiet if approval was uncertain, to speak only when you felt safe from disagreement. But your voice does not exist to avoid discomfort. It exists to reflect truth, and truth does not require permission. My child, I am teaching you how to speak without bracing for rejection. You no longer need to anticipate misunderstanding before it happens. You no longer need to shrink yourself to maintain peace. Peace that requires silence is not peace. It is tension disguised as calm. And I am replacing that tension with confidence. You will learn to trust yourself again. You will learn to trust your instincts again. You will learn to trust your voice again, not because everyone will always understand you, but because you will no longer abandon yourself to be understood. There will be moments when speaking still feels risky. Healing does not erase memory overnight, but now, when fear rises, it will not control you. It will simply inform you, and you will choose wisdom instead of withdrawal. You will choose expression instead of erasure. You are also learning that being heard does not require volume. It requires presence. When you speak now, your words will carry weight because they come from clarity. You will not speak to fill silence. You will speak to bring truth. And sometimes that truth will be gentle. Sometimes it will be firm, but it will always be aligned. My child, the voice returning to you is not the voice of survival. It is the voice of restoration. It is not anxious. It is not defensive. It is grounded. And grounded voices do not need to fight to be heard. They resonate. You may still choose silence at times, but it will be a choice, not a reflex. Silence will feel peaceful, not protective. And when you choose to speak, you will not feel the need to retreat afterward. You will stand calmly in what you expressed. I am also healing the grief you carry for the times you were not heard, the conversations you wish had gone differently, the moments you wish someone had listened. Those moments mattered, and I am not erasing them. I am redeeming them. They taught you empathy. They taught you patience. They taught you how deeply words matter. And now, because of what you endured, your voice will carry compassion rather than resentment. You will speak with understanding rather than anger. You will set boundaries without bitterness. That is strength, not silence. You are not late in finding your voice. You are not broken because you were quiet. You are not weak because you needed shelter. You are healing. And healing has a voice. I want you to begin trusting the safety forming around you. Safety in your spirit. Safety in your discernment. Safety in knowing you are held. You do not need to test it. You do not need to rush it. Let it grow naturally. And as it grows, you will notice something beautiful. The fear that once silenced you no longer has the same power. Your voice will return without drama, without announcement, without struggle. It will simply be there, steady, clear, present. You are safe to be heard now. You are safe to be seen now. You are safe to exist fully now. And the part of you that learned to stay silent will finally be able to rest. My child, now that your heart is learning it is safe to be heard and your spirit is beginning to rest without armor. I want you to understand what this healing truly means. You no longer need silence to survive. Silence once protected you, but it does not have to define you. You are not stepping into danger by letting your voice exist. You are stepping into freedom. There were years when being quiet felt like wisdom, not because you lacked truth, but because the environment around you could not hold it. You learned to listen carefully, to read rooms, to sense when it was safer to hold back than to explain. That awareness was not weakness. It was discernment formed in difficulty. But now, I am shifting you out of survival and into stability. You are not losing discernment. You are gaining confidence. You are not becoming careless. You are becoming secure. You are not exposing yourself. You are expressing yourself from a place of grounding. There is a difference between silence that hides and silence that rests. And you are learning that difference now. Your voice returning does not mean you must speak all the time. It means you no longer disappear when something needs to be said. It means you no longer abandon your truth to keep peace. It means you no longer carry emotions alone because you believe no one will understand. You are learning to exist without shrinking. I know there is still a part of you that braces before speaking, a part that remembers being misunderstood, a part that fears words might be twisted or dismissed. That part is not wrong. It is cautious because it learned through experience. But I want you to gently tell that part it is no longer needed in the same way. You are no longer unprotected. You are no longer unseen. You are no longer required to endure quietly. As healing settles, you will notice your voice becoming steadier, not louder. Your words will feel less rushed. Your expression will feel more intentional. You will speak when it aligns, and you will rest when it doesn't, without guilt. This is what it looks like to live without fear guiding your communication. My child, your voice carries more weight now because it is no longer reactive. It is thoughtful. It is anchored. It does not rise to defend itself. It speaks from clarity rather than urgency. People will feel the difference. Some will listen, some may not, but their reaction will no longer determine your worth. There was a time when silence felt like control, a way to avoid pain, conflict, or disappointment. But control rooted in fear always costs something. It costs authenticity. It costs connection. It costs rest. And now, I am releasing you from that cost. You are allowed to be present. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to express without apology. Your existence does not require permission. I am also healing the belief that being heard must come with consequences, that speaking leads to loss, that honesty leads to rejection. Those beliefs were formed in seasons where safety was inconsistent. But you are not in that season anymore. I am establishing consistency, steadiness, and trust around you. There will be moments ahead when your voice will bring clarity into confusion, moments when your words will steady a room, moments when your honesty will open doors rather than close them. And there will also be moments when silence will feel right, not because you are afraid, but because wisdom is guiding you. Both are strength. You are no longer choosing silence because you fear being seen. You are choosing expression because you trust who you are. That shift changes everything. My child, I want you to walk forward without fear of being quiet again. Silence is not your enemy. Fear is. And fear no longer gets to decide how you live. You can rest in quiet without disappearing. You can speak truth without trembling. You can be yourself without scanning for danger. The part of you that learned to stay silent did its job well. It protected you when protection was necessary. It helped you survive when survival was required. And now, I am thanking that part and releasing it from duty. You do not need to hide to be safe anymore. As your father, I speak gently into your future now. May your words rise with clarity and peace. May your silence feel restful rather than restrictive. May your voice carry wisdom without fear. May your presence feel grounded wherever you go. May you never feel the need to shrink again. I bless your expression, that it would be honest and kind. I bless your boundaries, that they would be firm and peaceful. I bless your heart, that it would remain open without being wounded. I bless your life, that it would make room for your full self. You are safe now. You are seen now. You are heard now. And the part of you that learned to stay silent can finally rest, because you no longer need silence to survive. If this message spoke to your heart, comment, "I am safe to be heard." Like this if you felt peace while listening. Subscribe to God's Amen message so you never miss what God speaks next. Share this with someone who learned to stay silent. Remind them they are safe now.